Hello Rohit and Piyush, this is Ken Boyer. I'm going to try to walk you through what I'm hoping you guys can do for the iBook. So this page looks very good. If we go to the next page, I'm hoping you can take these two pictures and move one up here so that they're side by side and put the caption underneath. The headline, or the heading, Dependent Demand at Kellogg's, I'm hoping you can squish this so that it is a little bit cleaner and on one line. You can't see it here, but this is where I'd like to have the link for a video that links to the Fairfax videos. So in the PDF version that I sent you, just have the little video player sign and link it to the Fairfax videos HTML. This heading, so these kind of things, if you can just clean this up and make it so it's not spaced like that. Going through, here's an example of highlighting. I highlighted that there's a little bit of a typo here, but this is just again editing because you cut and pasted this, and if you can get rid of the spacing. But again, that's just small editorial stuff we can deal with. Figures look very good here. So if at all possible, can we put all figures and tables and cut them in as a picture? Going along, this all looks pretty good. Here's a problem when we get to text like this. So I think you can see here, you've got table 7.1 and you tried to recode it. Can we just cut this whole table and put it in as a picture here so that it comes right below figure 7.4, and that will look much better than this jumbled text. Again, this looks relatively good, but if, again, this is sort of editorial formatting, if you can make it look a little bit more like in the book. So this is, it got the little number 1 and number 2 with the coloring. Then the other thing that's not included here is you need this @ symbol link. If you can put that in, and this links to the spreadsheet, I think it's called Master Scheduling. That @ symbol should go right here. This page looks pretty good. A little bit of a formatting issue right here for capacity. Going through, again, there's a little cleaning up and stuff, but we can deal with that later. Generally, whenever there's text, it looks pretty good. But here's again another problem. So here's table 7.1. I'm looking where we are. Okay. So this shouldn't actually be table 7.1, but it is the table that's at the top of page 242. So we're looking at here the table on top of page 242. If you could cut this whole picture and put it right here where this table 7.1 is, instead of, see, this formatting looks horrible, but again, that's just because you've recoded it to fit the EPUB format. But when we get to text, it looks much better. Okay? So all of this looks pretty good. Here's a heading, MRP processing, creating an inventory record for a single item. If you could clean that up and make it look more like what's in the book, that would be good. Table 7.2. which is the table on page 244 of the book. Again, if you can cut the picture. Okay, now longer term, we don't need to do this now, but for example, wherever there are terms, and we can hold this for beta version 2, but you can see in the textbook it lists planning factors, and it's got the definition off to the side. I'm thinking that when we get to the final book, what we could have here is planning factors linking to a EndNote file, so that if you highlight it, goes to EndNote file and comes back. Okay, going forward, table 7.3 again gets all jumbled, so if you could make it look like what's in the book on page 245 here, just take the picture and implement that. That would be great. Again, formatting things, so table 7.4 you can see again looks kind of ugly. If you could put the picture of that in there. Again, this is just an example of what highlighting looks like, which is one of the features we really want to have. Here's lead time. I think that needs to be a heading or highlighted in color. Okay, where there are equations. So here is equation 1. This is on page 248 of the book. This is all pretty good, except for you forgot to put the equation 1 part. And it's very important that these stay formatted as they are so that they're readable. Again, we have table 7.5. A picture would be more readable. Table 7.6, or when you have equations like this, this needs to be very formatted correctly. I think that looks pretty much like it should in the book. Although again, if we could do a direct picture of exactly what's in the book on page 249, it would be very helpful. Okay, again here equation 2, a little bit of formatting, but this looks pretty good if this part is moved over and this part is cleaned up a little bit. Table 7.7, a picture would be a big improvement. See, this just goes on for multiple pages, and if you just do the picture from the book, it would be a huge improvement. Okay, going forward, I'm looking to where the links are. Okay, here's figure 7.8. That looks fine. Figure 7.9, if you can add the link for the @ symbol to the spreadsheet and get that to open up in Numbers, I think it would be in Apple, that would be great. And then if possible, I've got the spreadsheet set up so that it's got a link that you can link back to the EPUB version. And all of these links can go on the Boyer-Verma website, the actual data. Okay, so again, this looks great when you have the best practices pictures. I'd say whenever there's a problem formatting, use a picture and make it look like what's in the book, and wherever there's just straight text, go ahead and put that in the way you've done it. So again, here's figure 7.10 if you can add this @ link. Okay, and then the last thing, I'm going to go out of the EPUB book. I think you can really make this work with some coding and formatting changes. And I'm going to go to here's what I have on PDF. Okay, so here's a feature that everybody has very much liked in the video. Here's a link to the lecturing professor, and ideally I'd like to come up with a better picture, but I sent you this picture. If you can put this link in here and have it linked to the video that I made explaining the problem, that would be great. So I'm going to post this video, let you look at it, and we can talk evening of May 5th your time. Take care.